would you do if your husband called your ADHD just an excuse until karma taught him otherwise? For 8 years, my husband called my ADHD just an excuse. Every missed appointment, every forgotten task, every moment I stood in the kitchen staring blankly because I couldn't remember why I went there, he'd roll his eyes and mutter, "Amanda, you're not trying hard enough. Normal people don't need all this drama." I had color-coded calendars in every room, phone alarms every 30 minutes, sticky notes on the mirror, coffee maker, steering wheel. He'd mock my elaborate systems and tell his buddies how his wife needed a GPS to find her keys. Once at a dinner party, he said she'd forget to breathe if I didn't remind her. Everyone laughed. I wanted to disappear. The breaking point came when our 7-year-old son Caleb started struggling in school. The teacher called about missed assignments, behavioral issues, inability to sit still. After months of testing, the diagnosis came. ADHD. Tom's response? He laughed bitterly. Great, now he has an excuse too. What's next? The dog has ADH. I researched everything. Diet changes, behavioral strategies, medication options. I created visual schedules, sensory bins, quiet spaces. Tom called it enabling. He'd tell Caleb to just focus and get frustrated when our son couldn't comply. Then my company offered me a promotion that required a 3-day conference in Chicago. My first business trip in 8 years. I spent a week creating detailed instructions. Caleb's medication schedule, his sensory needs, his bedtime routine, backup plans for meltdowns. Tom rolled his eyes at my instruction manual. I don't need a PhD to watch my own kid, Amanda. Stop babying him. We'll be fine. I left with my stomach in knots. Day 1, 4 p.m. Caleb missed the bus. Had to drive him. We're fine. Day 1, 8 p.m. Why does he need 3 different blankets to sleep? He's crying. Day 2, 7 a.m. Forgot his meds. School called. He had a meltdown in math class. Day 2, 6 p.m. Soccer practice was today. Coach is pissed. Caleb's crying again. Day 3, 3 a.m. My phone buzzed. Text message. I can't do this. 6 a.m. My phone rang. Tom was sobbing. Amanda, I can't find his medication anywhere. He's having a complete meltdown because I gave him Honey Nut Cheerios instead of plain ones. He says his school shirt feels scratchy like sandpaper and won't get dressed. I've been awake since 3 a.m. because he couldn't fall asleep, and I didn't know about the weighted blanket or the white noise or any of it. The house is destroyed. He's screaming. I literally cannot do this anymore. I canceled my morning session and walked him through Caleb's checklist over FaceTime. The same routine he'd called helicopter parenting for years. The specific blue cereal bowl, never the red one. Seamless socks, no tags and shirts. The weighted blanket for sensory regulation. The visual schedule showing each step of the morning routine. Why do you know all this? He whispered, watching Caleb finally calm down on screen. Because I have to, I said quietly, because this is what our life looks like every single day. When I got home that evening, Tom was sitting at the kitchen table, my organization binders spread open in front of him. He'd been crying. These aren't just lists, he said, voice hoarse. They're survival guides, instructions for living in a world that wasn't built for brains like yours and Caleb's. He looked up, eyes bloodshot and broken. I couldn't handle 3 days of what you manage every single day, all while I criticized you for it. Caleb's brain works differently. Your brain works differently. And instead of supporting you, I made everything harder. His voice cracked. I am so sorry. That night, Tom stayed up until 4 a.m. reading about ADHD. He joined support groups. He apologized to Caleb for not understanding. He started using my systems instead of mocking them. The man who once said ADHD was just an excuse now tells people his wife has superpowers, managing a household, career, and neurodivergent family better than most CEOs run companies. Last week, he hugged me after I forgot my keys again. Thank you, he said, for never giving up even when I made you feel like you should. Funny how 3 days alone with reality can shatter someone's ignorance and rebuild their heart.